5, 4, 3, 2. What to do, YouTube, Apple Podcast, Spotify, wherever you're hearing us or watching us from. This is the Sweet Action Podcast.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome back to the Sweet Action Podcast. If you're a new or returning viewer, we appreciate you guys for coming and kicking it with the best fucking crew. It's always, baby. Hey, you got myself, Los. Next to me, I got the homie Trey.
What up, what up?
You guys know we got the homegirl Kelsey working her magic as always, babe. Let's go. And, of course, we got the homie Jorge. In front of me, got the homie John. And
so lame.
we got the homie John, baby. But, you know, wait. Hold on. Is that 3 people I see? Wait, that's not it, ladies and gentlemen. You guys know how we always bring the fucking best people from the West. That was kind of... But, baby, ladies and gentlemen, we have the most hardest band out there. They're up and coming. They're musicians to the next level. They are the Antics, baby. Yo, clap it up. What's up, guys? Yo, how we feeling, bros?
Good, baby.
Yeah, you a little nervous? A little bit? Hey, it's going to go away in a couple minutes. We good, baby. Now, guys, we got a special group of young, beautiful men next to us right here. They're just amazing, and we can't wait for you guys to get to know them, get to hear all about them, and maybe, if you guys are nice, now fuck it, you guys are going to get a live performance later on, bro.
Stay tuned.
I'm excited to see that, bro. But, fuck yeah, bro. How we feeling, bro? How you guys feeling tonight? We're good? Excited to be this? Dude, like, let's do this, bro.
It feels crazy. Like, it's kind of weird because we've never really, like, done anything like anything like this before. So this is really, really kind of
something new.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's a special experience. Yeah.
Now, guys, well, before we move on, I want to let you guys, introduce you guys properly. Next to me, I got the drummer, the most sexiest man, my evil twin for real. And it's the homie Quinn, bro.
Yo,
what's up, Quinn? We good?
Hey.
We not evil twins for real now.
They'll get there. That was the first test one right there.
In the middle.
Second sexiest man?
In the middle, we have their lead singer, bass player, as well as some
amazing voice.
That man can sing and steal your girl. We got the homie Trenton, bro. What's up, Johnny? We chilling?
We're chilling, bro.
I'm excited. I like the rings, bro.
Thank you, homie.
But that's not it, bros. Of course, you guys see that young, strong, tall man.
That's strapping.
You make me blush, man.
He's their guitarist, their bass player, their everything. This guy is a genius. Just letting you guys know, he is a magician behind the fucking
Scene.
Everything. What's the proper word for all that? Would like the
Guitar?
The
guitar?
engineer.
The engineer. There you go.
Well,
well, unfortunately,
it's the homie Cheyenne. Nah, we got the homie Cheyenne, bro.
Unfortunately, no. Well, actually, our engineer producer, his name's Jake. Unfortunately, he's not here.
Jake Wilder.
Couldn't be here.
Shout out, much love.
So you did call me the bassist, and I did. I'm very, very excited to play bass today. But actually, this is kind of a cool announcement.
Really?
He that homie Jake is now actually the official 4th member, the bassist of our band.
Hey!
Thank God, dude.
Hey, look at that.
Congrats to you, Jake, for joining the band.
Look at that. We didn't even know that, bro. But so now that officially puts you as the lead singer.
Yeah.
That's actually dope as fuck, bro.
Yeah,
well,
bro.
Is it almost like a breath of fresh air? There's like, all right, cool. That's the one less thing I have to do. Almost?
Yeah, honestly, yes, bro. I mean, like, I really love. So I pretty much started playing bass like, I'd say January. I've always kind of like been doing guitar and stuff, but I never really got serious about like an instrument until I picked up the bass. So I really do love playing the bass, but like homie's been playing for like 14 years.
Oh, he's been doing it
Yeah,
forever.
no, I literally look like such a clown in front of him sometimes. But I mean, all love. He's like the greatest. He's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
best fucking instrumentalist you'll ever meet. So
Well,
yeah, it's perfect.
Definitely, like I said, once again, congrats to Jake.
Yeah.
We definitely might have to do a part 2 soon, so you guys can get to meet Jake. That'd be
Yeah, yeah.
amazing, and definitely got to work some out, like a performance and all that. But how you mentioned, he's been playing for like 14 years and all that. Obviously, we're going way back, throwback.
Yeah, dude.
And I think the big and important question to start off is kind of like, how did you guys all meet? You know, where did all 3 of you guys kind of come in to create a band?
It starts with me and Cheyenne.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
High
A
school.
little duo, high school duo.
Yeah.
Yeah. We
For a while.
this all kind of started in quarantine, actually.
Oh, really?
Quinn and I actually have known each other. We went to the same high school.
Yeah. South Pass.
Yeah,
South Pass Senior High School.
South Pass
Yeah,
High School.
man. At the time, I was in another band, and Quinn was with Roy G and the Biv, which he's still now.
Yep.
Um,
Shouts out.
Roy G.
Ohad.
Shout out.
Shout to Roy G.
Yeah.
Love you fools.
God, I love him so much.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've known each other for a fat minute now.
Yeah.
But it wasn't until like I parted ways with them and in quarantine, I was like, fuck, this is boring. I need to do something. So one day, and I'll talk about it more, but I basically have this internship thing, or I had, with this composer guy, and I was just writing a riff in his B room, or his like extra room. I was actually dog sitting his puppy, and I totally wasn't watching the puppy. I was just in the middle of it. Probably, yeah, he actually took a shit on the carpet, and that was on me. I wasn't watching him. But anyways, so I just come up with this riff. I pick up the bass, I put it through my pedal board. I was inspired at the time by this band called Royal Blood, and what they do is it's just a bassist and a drummer, just 2 guys, and like usually it's like guitar and drummer, like White Stripes sort of thing, but it's a bass player and a drummer, and the bass player also sings, and he does this effect with his bass guitar that makes it sound more like an electric guitar, but not really an electric guitar or a bass guitar. It's very
cool.
weird. I'd highly recommend you guys check it out. And Tempertation, the song that is in our EP, which is now available on all platforms.
Yes, sir.
Shameless plug.
Shameless plug, baby. I love it.
Hit that shit about
Definitely, all links will be in the description, guys. Like, don't worry, we
Better
got
be.
that out there.
I wrote that riff in that room on the bass, and I was like, holy shit. And I called Quinn on FaceTime. I said, Quinn,
Yeah.
look at this shit. I said, Quinn, look at this shit. I played it to him, and he said, I love it. And I said, hey, what do you think about jamming to this? You know, and when you got your vaccine?
Yeah. When I got my vaccine, I had to get my vaccine before I did anything really, just because of my disability that we'll talk about later. But I had to get my vaccine. I got it, and I started jamming with this fool, and it went on for a while. We were jamming for a while.
Yeah, we started in my parents' garage. It's at the time my dad had this project truck. It was a 56. Well, actually, it's still in the shop, but it's a 56 Ford F100, and it was just the chassis of that car that was sitting. You remember that, dude?
Yeah.
It was a fucking chassis that was just like sitting in the middle of the garage. So we were just like playing in this dusty, like rat piss smelling garage with a fucking 56 F100 chassis sitting in there.
Yeah.
And it was so cramped and it was so gross and it was so hot. But we had so much fun. We made so many awesome memories.
Yeah, it was the best. Yeah, we were there for a minute, making some awesome songs.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
And at some point, man, we just we moved into here, and this room actually.
Yeah, this is the studio right here.
Yeah.
This is the studio, yeah.
We started working in here, and then at some point I met this fool right here.
Where'd you guys meet?
PCC.
PCC?
Oh, wow.
pass
How'd you
this
do
shit
that?
I went to BC for like.
Hey,
Yeah.
let's go Lancers.
Plug in real quick.
Fuck
That's
yeah.
funny.
That's so cool. Yeah, I was at BC for a bit. Fucking dipped out after skipping every class.
Like a week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
it's
did a
really
one
easy.
photography class and never went back. I was like, "This shit is
Stay in
hot."
school though, guys. You guys
in
gotta
school.
stay in school.
Yeah, stay in school.
But so you guys met? What? Like how? You guys had a class together? Or
Yeah, well, we kind of like met through mutual friends.
Okay.
Like, I like did choir over there, and basically, do I tell it? Do I tell? About
Just
it?
tell the story, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So basically, I roll up to the table, and he's sitting there and he's like hip deep in this story, and I'm just kind of like, oh, it's a new character, like who is this guy? And he's like, oh hey, I'm Cheyenne. So anyway, yeah, no, these take it away. And it was like from that point forward, I was like, oh dude, this guy's gonna be my homie. I don't even need anything the fuck else.
So after chatting up like that, where did it lead to the music? Like,
so it was funny because they had mentioned that they like were in a band, where he had mentioned that he was in a band, but he had a singer already. It was this girl, Alana at the time.
Shout out to Alana.
Shout out Alana.
her.
Shout out
She's a
Eleanor, the
homie.
two
Yeah.
previous singers.
Yep.
But I remember being like at this point, I knew like all I wanted to do was like be in a band. So I was like, man, fuck this. I don't want to be in this fucking band so bad, but I don't know how to just like ask him. So it like months passed, literally like 4 months passed, and then like right after New Year's, I was like, okay, my resolution, I'm just gonna like make music, like I don't even care what it takes. Like I just want to make music. And then literally like 2 days after, I get a text from my homie Eleanor, who was the singer right before me.
Oh.
And she was like, yo, they're looking for a singer. Like, are you willing to commit? And I was like, down. And then as soon as I got said that,
Perfect time.
literally, it was like kind of like a weird universe moment. Like, it's
Match
funny
made
that
in
we
heaven.
meet on like
crazy.
talking about the universe just decides.
The
Yeah, I
universe
don't know.
gives
Anyway.
us Trenton Rogers.
Oh wow! And okay, you got the part. I like. Where was like how's the first time practicing? Like
Literally,
meeting up,
I
getting
mean,
into that.
It's kind of crazy because it was literally like magic. Like the first, I don't mean to sound like corny or anything.
No,
but,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
no, it totally like from the first time that we ever all sort of jammed together, I just kind of remember feeling like, oh damn, like there's an energy that exists that just I never
Like
experienced.
this is something.
before. Yeah,
Like, there's
exactly.
something, yeah.
There is very much something here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, so we had Eleanor, we had Alana. They were also fantastic, but it was just because they were really busy. We couldn't make it work. We had another person before us, and we're not going to mention her name just out of respect for her.
Mm-hmm.
But in all honesty, it kind of sucked. It was like we experienced like what it was like to have that like nightmare band member, and nothing horrible about the person. It's just we didn't really click. Like sense of humor wasn't really matching. The vibes weren't there. The singing wasn't really all that good, if I'll be honest with you.
Pretty much.
A little bit of shade. I'm sorry.
Pretty much.
Talk your shit, bro. Talk your shit,
Whoever
bro.
you were,
Talk your shit, bro.
you didn't make the cut, brother. Hey, it's all good.
So we were like it was.
What's the name again?
Nah, but
You
yeah.
almost said it. Look at that.
What was kind of
I almost said it. You almost got me to say it. So with all that like in mind, it was so amazing. It was such a fantastic feeling to just finally feel like, oh my God, this is perfect. This is the perfect. Like this is the missing link. This is who we needed.
And let me tell you what too. It's hard to all the non-musicians watching. It's hard as fuck to find musicians that are just as dedicated as you are.
Yeah.
When you're dedicated to like a certain degree, when you're like really trying to make it somewhere,
Even to
Yeah.
people
it's
that want to
hard
start.
as fuck. And like it's really hard. And we were blessed with Trenton, so yeah.
Like right before I jumped in, it definitely was like I was jamming with friends, and I really wanted to like make better art and do cooler shit. But all my friends were kind of just like the kind of people that would just like jam for jam's sake. But like obviously there is I honestly fucking love that. and
There's
respect
levels
that.
to this shit. Like,
Yeah,
straight
exactly.
up, that's the
Levels to
simplest
this
way.
shit.
I've been there. I've seen it. We've all been there. You gotta be dedicated to this shit if you want to go.
I mean, I'm sure it's this exact same thing with y'all. Like, I mean, before,
yeah, man.
you stop treating it as a hobby, and then it stops being a hobby.
Exactly.
It's
With
your
the
work,
non-traditional
it's your passion.
jobs, it's like comes down to dedication.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as talking about like dedication and all that, what are some of like your big influences that you've realized like you've gone into that and you're like, okay, I want to be at that level or higher than that level? Because you got to be dedicated. And what I always say, like, Some people want it. Some people kind of
Kinda
want
want
it
it,
to
yeah.
really be somewhere in there. So who has like influenced you guys to really be like that? You know.
Go down the line.
Let's go down the line. Alright. On the spot, Cheyenne.
Well, yeah, I mean, I want to give a lot of credit to this, internship opportunity I
Yeah.
had. Like I learned a lot of really awesome things. It was for a composer. He was also like once in a band, like I learned a lot of things. He told me a lot of his stories, touring, stuff like that. So like I just kind of realized like, okay, is this something? If this is something I really want to do, I'm gonna need to put everything that I have into it.
Yeah.
There are no excuses. There are no ifs and buts. It's just that. There's that part. Musically, I would say, it's changed. It kind of grew. I actually remember the first band that ever got me into rock music was, believe it or not, Guns N' Roses.
Guns N' Roses.
Yeah, the Appetite for Destruction album. I was introduced by my lovely lifetime friend Ohad.
Shout out Ohad.
She
Yeah,
was
big
actually my
shout out,
first
Ohad.
friend. I know, shout out. She was my first friend that like I've ever had, like a genuine, real friend. When I moved to South Pasadena, she introduced me to Guns N' Roses. I fell in love, and then we like transitioned to Led Zeppelin, and then that's where it really kind of blossomed. It really, it really went from there.
Yeah.
And ever since then, I've been just kind of expanding and listening to more, varieties of music. But
That's
as
good.
of late, I would say like my biggest influences, my biggest and most favorite band ever. You guys know I say it all the fucking time. Queens of the Stone Age.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Love them.
I love them so much. It's something about their music. They're from Joshua Tree, actually.
Oh wow.
So
That's good.
they're from this area. It's the desert. There's nothing to fucking do over there other than play music, do drugs, go to parties. That's it.
Pretty much.
There's nothing to do there.
Desert is dirt, pretty much.
Yeah.
It's nothing.
Yeah.
So these guys, like especially Joshua Hami, who's the like front man and like the main guy, he chose music, and something about the energy of Joshua Tree in that desert just brought on this insane sound that you just cannot explain. Other than that, I would say Queens of the Stone Age, another really big influence. Jet, definitely.
Okay.
I'm very fortunate to actually be friends with their drummer.
Oh, that's cool.
I met him through that internship, and we'll talk about him later. He actually played a role in naming our band, which was kind of interesting.
Yeah, yeah.
I have a story for that.
Definitely.
But Queens of the Stone Age, Jet. Who else? I don't even.
You've been into Slift recently.
Slift, yeah, Slift. That's another one.
Yeah, the badass.
Slift, Queens of the Stone Age, Jet, Black Keys, Jack White.
Yeah, Black Keys, yeah.
Oh my God, yeah, Black Keys, Jack White. Even like metal music. All right, don't hate me, guys. Hear me out. Gojira. All right. Hold on a second. Metal fans, I don't know. Like, there's a lot of people that are really. I don't know why people hate on Gojira so much, but I love them. I love their music. Very heavy,
They're
very
fire. Yeah, they're good.
really interesting stuff.
Yeah.
But like I expand. I love jazz. I love even classical orchestral music. I love soundtracks. I like to explore. I like to discover. I pretty much like everything. I mean, I would say so.
I love it.
Yeah.
How about you, Trent? Who inspires you?
So I've been really into rock music like pretty much like my whole life.
Yeah.
My mom, bless her fucking heart. Shout out, mom.
Shout out moms.
Yeah, big time.
It's my mom's birthday today, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Happy birthday, mom!
Wow.
Congratulations.
Video
Let's
game.
go.
What's good?
Did you get her something?
Of course.
Dude, yeah. No,
Me.
My president.
Fat hub.
But now, shout out to your
Yeah,
mom.
you're here.
So yeah, my mom really was like the first person throughout like every stage of my life to just like bring rock music heavy into the scene. And one of my first ever memories was like listening to Like a Stone by Audio Slave.
Yeah. That's your
That's a
jam?
damn good song.
That's a
bro.
good song.
Oh, that shit hits. Yeah, for sure.
That's like my first ever memory was like driving in my mom's Prius like so many years ago, like just listening to that song. As far as like musicians go, yeah, I remember Guns N' Roses like back when I was like 13, and then Green Day was like a huge band for me like growing up. That shit, American Idiot and Dookie is like one of the best albums, like period.
Yeah.
I'll stand by that. I'll die on that hill. But other than that, recently I've been sort of into like kind of like fusion stuff, but mainly there's this band King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard that is like my favorite band.
Hold
I
on.
just
Shout 'em
recently
out.
heard of that band.
Wait.
Really?
King Lizard with the...
Oh,
What?
dude,
No.
King Gizzard
Oh, gives
and the Lizard Wizard.
That's so
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
It's a
That's
dope
a
fucking
nice
name,
name,
right?
I love that shit. It's so
And
good.
so their whole vibe is they'll do one album will be like completely different sounding than the next album. So
That's
like
cool.
one in a year they released 5 albums. One year, 2017, they released 5 albums. One being like a prog sort of album, like at the tail end, and then like the one that started the year was like a jazz psychedelic album, and then there was like a microtonal shit they were on, and
Crazy
yeah.
shit.
So that really kind of like pushed me to be like, oh wow, like music is really like there doesn't really have to be a genre. You can just kind of like do what you want to do, just have a good time with it. And then that's what the best part about playing with these guys is like we all have sort of different styles and different genres that we like to like dip into that it kind of like makes a cool it's like a sound that I've never really heard before, so it's like
Trying to achieve it.
yeah, definitely it's cool. Yeah, but as far as like big musicians go, King Giz, I'd say
Liz.
yeah, that's pretty much like on my heavy rotation all the time. So yeah, that's pretty much the number one.
That's actually cool. And then Quinn, like you, what about as a drummer? Like I think that's a big thing.
Yeah. I'm pretty versatile with like the music that I love, but like my mom grew me up on hip hop mainly, like the early like 90s usually for like a long time. I listened to that for a long time, and I finally kind of drew out my roots, and I got into rock. It was like Foo Fighters heavy.
Yeah.
Foo Fighters like heavy. Dave Grohl like my idol, still is.
Hell yeah.
Rest in peace, Taylor Hawkins. But yeah, Foo Fighters was like really kept me going through middle school, and like Blink-182. Travis Barker's like he's the drummer for Blink-182.
Travis Barker goes
he's
hard,
huge.
bro.
Yeah, he's huge now. He's like I mean he again like.
Did he like? Would you say he blew up with Machine Gun Kelly, like that type of vibe?
That brought him
Yeah,
back.
no,
to
fuck no.
maybe?
Yeah, that's what brought him back.
Nah.
Yeah, he was he already had like blown up when like with Blink 182.
Yeah,
That shit was like heavy when we were like.
Because
in
he was
elementary
always
school
into
and shit.
hip hop, like ever since he was in Blink. I read his book, and like he always said whenever he wasn't doing Blink, he was doing like hip hop shit, and he finally like got to go in that realm, and then he kind of like literally like brain pop punk back, and now it's like top of charts, you know, which is crazy. But going back to interest, Foo Fighters, Blink-182, but recently. I figured out like 9th grade, so not recently, 9th grade, I figured out that like just to be a better musician, I should listen to all the music I can. And so I did that up till now, and I'll still do it. So I was on like the Brazilian Latin, like the old school shit, and like the soul shit, and like everything basically, yeah. And this fool got me into King Gizzard, like real heavy now. I love the psych rock shit now.
No, hell yeah, bro.
But yeah. And I just like having my disability, playing like punk rock music was a challenge for a long time. But from playing for so long now, I can do it confidently. Yeah.
Fuck yeah, bro. Hearing all these influences and like where all you guys have getting your like you've been inspired from, your taste and all types of genres you guys have explored. I think before we continue, it'd be dope if we could maybe like we could dive into a little live performance and show everybody kind of like all the things you guys have brought in together and have made into your own.
Of what's in store.
You guys agree with
I
that?
think
Yeah.
I think it's time.
I like
You good with
it's
that? What do you
It's
guys
about
think
time.
about that?
I
It's
love
about
it,
time.
baby. Let's go.
Let's fucking
Yeah,
go,
let's
yo.
do it.
Guys,
I'm not opposed.
we're about to take
Yeah,
a little
yeah.
transition and shape all this to a little live performance. So we'll be right back with the rest of this podcast. Make sure you guys fucking get your fucking... Just get ready, because this shit about to blow your minds.
Mhm.
Let's go.
Feel it right.
Oh
Dude,
shit!
that
All right.
performance, brother.
Yeah. I'm not blown away, bro. You
I'm
guys
amazed,
just fucking went
man.
nuts.
It's crazy
Thank you
seeing
so
it.
much.
I mean, it's not a concert, but it's crazy seeing it live. You know, in front, raw, dude. That's crazy.
Brother.
Got a little sweaty.
Thank you so much.
My ears are popped.
Yeah, I was. I beforehand, you guys were like, "Oh, you guys should bring in, like something to cover your ears." I was like, "I'll be fine."
I was like, man, my ears hurting.
I felt that shit in my soul, bro. No, that shit was, bro. You guys went
Dude,
nuts.
a round of
Thank
applause.
you.
Round of applause
Thank
to you
you.
guys.
Yes.
Bro, all you guys did your thing. You guys blew me away. You guys probably blew everyone away. And Hot Lava definitely is pretty hot.
That's one of the crowd favorites, I think.
I, I really love that song.
My
That's
favorite.
like
Hot Lava's
probably
fun
my
as fuck.
favorite one we've
You
written.
said that's one of the crowd favorites.
Yeah, it
Seems
they
like
like
it.
It's the most. Yeah.
And where can everyone hear this Hot Lava at?
Love.
So our EP Stampede,
Stampede.
just came out on the 4th of July. So that's available everywhere that you can stream anything, really.
Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube.
That's right, yeah.
SoundCloud?
No, not on SoundCloud.
So
no,
close.
no.
So
No, we can
close.
put it on.
Yeah.
Fuck it. We can put it on SoundCloud.
Put it on SoundCloud.
We'll put it on SoundCloud.
A lot of our listeners come from
Honest to
SoundCloud.
God,
Yeah,
guys.
we should put it.
Honest to God, we totally forgot to put it on SoundCloud.
Yeah.
Shaw, hey, all my SoundCloud listeners, we got you guys. So make sure you guys go
We're doing
and
that for
check
you.
out
We'll
the
do that.
Stampede, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The EP is out everywhere. Links will be all in the description. Make sure you guys go fucking jam out to that shit, baby.
Wait,
That-
you guys said
Woo.
It's a fan favorite, right?
Yeah, man.
Like at shows?
Yeah, so the
Yeah.
couple that we played already, like, people really vibe to that song specifically. I think it's just because, like, it's big, it's energetic.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good song. I remember when Carlos told us about, having you guys on the show, he sent us your EP, and like I was listening to the whole thing, and bro, I like hearted that song, bro. Like, I was like, bro, this thing is so fire.
Oh, thank you,
For
man.
the days leading up to this, he would not stop talking about it.
Bro, like it's literally like I have it on repeat a
Yeah.
lot. Like I'm not playing.
Let's
Yeah.
go, my boy.
Like when we were cleaning up, he wanted to listen to it and everything.
For real.
I was like, yo, give him the plays, bro.
That's beautiful. Thank you.
No, yeah, I definitely love it. Trey was talking about it like at live shows. I know you guys perform a lot at like the show called Rosie's Pad.
Oh, big shout out,
Yeah.
Rosie's Pad, dude.
Rosie.
Oh my God.
A friend of ours from PCC.
Same friend group, kind of.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much.
We did like choral. We did choir together over there, and she very much is. She's such a cool girl. Her name is Eliza. So it's called Rosie's Pad, but nobody's really named Rosie.
Oh,
I was gonna be like, is it really Rosie's?
I actually thought it was like, hey Rosie,
I
can
like
we?
that name though, Rosie's Pad.
Yeah, Rosie's Pad
right.
sounds like
Cool.
fucking
It's
vibe.
sick. Yeah, no, it's a vibe. But her and this other homie named Katerina, they're both Gatarino, thank you. Both wicked, just dedicated people, just to try and like boost up local bands and local.
that's
Great
cool,
musicians
man.
too. Great musicians.
Hard workers, man.
Yeah,
Holy shit.
seriously.
Is there a lot of bands that go and play with you guys?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Rosie's Pad gig, there was like
Death
8?
Coast, bro. Los
Yeah.
Bums,
Death
Death
Coast, love you
Coast.
guys. Yeah, Los Bums. Yeah.
Marceline.
Such a flanter.
Sycophlant. Oh,
Yeah,
fuck.
love you,
Big
homies.
shout out to those guys, man.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
was a music video recorded there?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
my friend Tyler,
Bless his
he's
soul.
just this insanely creative like filmmaker. Just like loves what he does, and he brings his camera like everywhere.
Yeah.
So like just by accident, like just recorded this fucking awesome music.
It
video.
was actually
It was
really
actually
dope.
good.
Like
Yeah, we watched it
it
too.
was
Fire.
it was just
It was
like visually
mind-blowing.
stunning.
I
It was
Thank
fucking
you.
hella
dope.
surprised.
I mean, all love, all credit goes to him. He's literally
Seriously.
Tyler, right?
Yeah, Tyler.
Yeah, no,
Griffin.
definitely,
Tyler
bro.
Griffin. Tyler
Uh,
Griffin.
shout out to Tyler
Shout out
Griffin.
Tyler.
Like your work is really cool, man. We fucking you can notice it on the video.
Dude,
Yeah.
I mean, like, it's just really cool that like young people are getting like really artistic. Like post pandemic,
Yeah.
everything just it feels very much about like what you want to do, like
Yeah.
that shit.
Yeah.
And
the
he's
scene is like rising.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's coming
Punk scene.
back from the ashes, man.
Yeah,
Seriously.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
Like a phoenix.
So then, talking about the EP, what was the process for that, man?
Oh.
Like, let's get into that.
That was a fat minute
man,
of a process.
holy shit. Fun fact, actually, guys. Hot Lava. If you look at some of our old Instagram posts, we originally were just jamming out. We were improvising, and we have a video of Hot Lava in its very like young, early
stage, yeah.
infant
Baby,
stage.
like,
man.
wow.
And it was, you can tell, like it was rough, and it was just like improvised.
They're fucking around.
We cleaned it up. We were fucking around, and we just like, we look back. We're like, holy shit, what did we just record? We listened back to it, and we're like, oh my god, we can use this. And that's sort of how it was born. So a lot of our EP was really just us sitting down together and jamming out, and just like saying, all right, well, this sounds interesting, you know. Honest to God, I don't really know how to play the guitar. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I don't really know.
That's a lie.
That's a lie.
Hold on,
He's lying to you guys.
He says that. He says that.
That man is an experienced performer. The way I saw, I was like,
The way I see it, the way I play, I guess, is I just play what I think sounds good.
Wow.
I don't need
he's talking himself down. Everybody, chill.
He being
You know,
humble. He being
yeah.
humble.
Behind the scenes, it's really a slow, grueling, long process. It's like, you know, I'm like trying this note. I'm like, ooh, that's bad. Oh, next note. Oh, that sounds better. Oh, half step up. That's much better.
Wow.
So it's a very like grueling and long and messy process, you know.
I was
And
gonna say, when it came to making the songs, what came first?
what do you mean?
Like, did the riff come first, or the lyrics, or?
I mean, usually one of us would come in with an idea,
Yeah.
and then we just jam off of that idea, like no matter who's at practice at that point in time, and we just send voice memos back and forth for like a fat minute, and then we finally jam on it, and then we structure it after that, and it's like, and the structuring part takes like 2 or 3 band practices, and then it's fine tuning after that. To me,
okay.
yeah.
A lot of like the really kind of fun songs, I honestly would say like Reverse Altitude.
Oh.
That one we literally just like
We
we're
wrote it
in
in 20
drop
minutes,
D
dude.
and just like we're just jamming for like 20 minutes, and then like we ended the whole thing. He does this fucking crazy riff.
That was
and
also a jam.
yeah.
Yeah.
And that's also on our
jams.
Instagram. So that riff in Reverse Altitude, in its infant stages, we also have a video of that in our Instagram.
Antics
see if-
lore.
Yeah, dude, Antics Lore. See if you guys can find it. You probably can, honestly.
We have like 10 posts.
Yeah, like
Just oh no.
What were you saying?
No, yeah, but yeah, like some of the most fun we've had just jamming, those ultimately like turn up into like songs, and then like that energy of just like having fun in the jam, like that stays in the track. And so like with that one, it was like the riff, and then we were like, oh fuck, this is cool. And then we like just kind of spent 30 minutes just like coming up with some like 2-minute punk jam, and that was kind of that. It's so yeah, it's just a lot of fun, honestly.
So then it's the music and then the lyrics, you would say.
Most of the time, the way that I kind of write lyrics is I sort of catch a vibe, and then I sort of like base, like I'll like have an idea, and I'll be like, okay, that could be like fun. I grew up in a theater background, so like a lot of like that sort of translated into like big, loud, expressive lyrics that are very much story based. So like whatever the vibe of the song is, I'll try and come up with like a little story behind it, like.
You know what's interesting, Trenton, is like, I don't know if you've probably heard this, but I would hear a lot of artists like talking about what their process for writing is. And a lot of them would say they start with lyrics first. Have you heard of that too?
I have heard, yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that interesting? I've always wondered, like for me, it's like, I mean, we haven't really explored that too much, to be honest. And
Sorry about that.
No,
But I forgot what artist it was, but they said that they work backwards. So they figure out the title, the album cover, and then they start off like.
Oh,
with
I wanna
lyrics,
try
stuff
that
like
one.
That's a
Yeah.
cool experiment.
Yeah, like
Yo.
they work around backwards.
Oh,
So then
try
your
that.
music
That sounds
revolves
fun.
around
Yeah.
all that, like
Yeah,
the
so I
artwork
guess they
and
kind
all.
of go with the theme and then kind
Yeah.
of work around that.
Cool.
So
Stay
with
on
that,
theme.
for like your title and like your album cover, like how did you guys come to that?
So it really was kind of, we we were like, it's sort of like it does a this like the album. It starts very, very, very quiet, and then by the last track, it's just like loud, noisy, distortion ass like punk, and then like I it kind of just was like we were like, fuck, what is this thing gonna be called? And then
Did I make Stampede?
I think you did make.
Yeah, I think that was you, Quinn.
That's right.
He comes up with
that's
all
right,
the
that's
best
right. Dude, holy
names.
shit.
That's the
Yeah.
one thing that Quinn can do other than
Roy
fucking
G.
drum is
Yeah,
yeah,
label
seriously.
Yeah,
Cool
no.
fucking names. Reverse Altitude, that was a Quinn. Fucking Tempertation,
That
that's
was you.
no, that was a Quinn.
Oh, that was
dude.
Quinn?
Yeah, that was a
Oh,
Quinn.
shit.
Yeah. It's just a lot of weed, you know.
Get the mind flowing and going.
So
Yeah. Like dead ass. No, yeah. I mean, yeah. I actually dead ass made 2 of those when I was high, but the other one was just an idea. Yeah.
So out of the whole EP, what was the hardest process going through all that? What was the hardest song? Like, did you guys ever have a time where it's like, dude, I quit. Like, I want to just.
That's a
Never,
good
bro.
question.
No.
Personally, I never like wanted to like quit ever, but like I think the hardest part was really just like finding the space to record, which is where
Yeah.
Jake comes in as like this kind of like prophetic God type
Yeah.
figure of our Lord, dude. So
He carried us, man.
I
He
mean,
really did.
in all honesty, this whole band to this point would not be the same without him. Like,
For real.
and so
He helped so much with the creative process of recording.
Yeah.
Yeah.
a lot of like questions that we needed answered were a lot of just Jake. He kind of we linked back up. We were homies in high school like millions of years ago, but he and I linked up, and he just has this insane backyard studio that's got like a fucking tape machine and
Crazy.
all that little monitor right there is all him. He bought this all with his own money, like the everything from the ground up. Like
so he's grinding. He's grinding.
Grinding
He's
a lot,
legit. He's
yeah.
serious.
Yeah.
And now he's the new fourth. So that's crazy. Like, I'm actually excited.
Yeah. Our
Um,
chemistry was just so good together. It was like, yeah.
I wanna meet this dude.
This guy drink.
Immediately, we all fell in love with him, man.
Yeah,
Seriously.
Nah. Oh yeah, go for it.
No, yeah, but I mean, without him, yeah, the whole thing would just be. In all honesty, I feel like we wouldn't even have this thing like recorded if it wasn't for
Nah.
him.
He's the
Nah.
glue.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
the glue.
Seriously.
He really is.
Shout out Kelsey.
Kelsey's our glue too.
Let's go.
I really like last thing, shout out to Jake, and I'm excited when they will meet him for sure. And hearing all this talk about the process and all that and being very difficult, it leads me to just kind of wonder, because Quinn, throughout earlier this episode, you've been mentioning about disability, which then would that make things harder for you through the process, or how would you like manage all that? And I would like to, like, if you don't mind, you know.
No. Yeah, it's called. It's a handful. You ready? Nemelin rod myopathy. It's like, it's basically where like your muscles are just like all the muscles in your whole body, like every single muscle is like just at least in my condition. Usually I got hella lucky. Like people that have what I have are like in wheelchairs like for like their whole life, and they can't do like a lot. I was like a really rare like position, I guess. But like yeah, it's just like I can basically work out a bunch, and like I can look like Dwayne Johnson, but I'll like never be as strong as you or like my little brother or like, and yeah, so it's like really like an internal muscle issue.
Wow.
So, but like with the process, it was like, it's really just like so many hours of practice. Just middle school, my whole middle school life was like mostly just coming home and drumming for like 3 or 4 hours. I didn't have many friends in middle school until high school.
Yeah.
So middle school, I was just like, I went home and drummed for like hours almost every day for like a long ass time. And it took a while to like grow the muscles to be able to play for like doing shows and like practicing and recording. And I'm still like building muscle 'Cause, if I didn't have my disability, I'd probably be way fucking faster, you know. But
Brother, you are insane in those drums,
Crazy,
bro.
brother, crazy.
Thank you. Yeah.
I was,
Man.
like I mentioned earlier, mind blown, man. You went nuts. And I want to give you a big props, bro, because,
Shout out, brother.
you know, like, it takes a lot of courage and just a lot of, like, how we've been saying, dedication and motivation. And
Yeah,
for
yeah.
you to be pushing like that, man, mind blowing in a good way,
thank you.
man. Like,
Thank you, boys. Yeah, no.
It's so fucking rock and roll. man.
that's the word.
Yeah.
That is some rock and roll, my man. You.
Thank you.
yeah,
Yeah, it's
Hey,
crazy.
Carlos, what did you throw?
You know, with the
I don't
he
know.
went rock and roll.
Rock and roll.
Rock and roll.
You're a bitch.
I'm pretty sure you're supposed to put the thumb. You know,
It's
supposed to go in.
It's like
What's the proper way? Like, is it like this?
I always try to do it.
You're not
That's
gonna.
I love you.
Up and away.
It's like the rock and roll devil
Oh,
horns.
so it's like
I
this.
just rock and roll's devil horns. That's how I think of it.
Yo, we got a
Yeah.
Christian in the house.
Cruz.
Quinn, you're the fucking man. I can't wait to see you go and more, and all you guys.
Thank you.
But as we were talking about that, the whole Spider-Man shit just made me think. Chen, when you were talking about, because I'm thinking of like movie now. You mentioned like a theater background though.
Yeah.
Was your
So-
childhood like involved in like acting and all that? Or,
Yeah,
like-
well, so yeah, actually, I moved here from North Carolina when I was like 4 years old, and
Oh.
my mom pretty much like got me an agent, and I was like the cute kid with the chubby cheeks, so I just it ended up being just one of those things. But yeah, from like ages like 4 to 16, I was like in different movies and TV shows and shit like that way back then.
Way back then?
Way back then. So
Is there? Can you name any? Maybe.
yeah, so the
name
the one that you guys are like definitely gonna know, I was in I was Charlie Brown for like a hot second.
Whoa!
Wait,
Like the voice of
I can
Really?
see your
Yeah.
mouth is just like.
Yeah, I was like, you're Charlie Brown. Like what?
yeah for like for
The little
in front
boy
of a
that
star.
the little boy that couldn't kick the football.
No, 100%. Yeah, dude, it was funny because when I was like a little kid, the PTA moms in Burbank are relentless. So they would always like have me come up to like their own kid and be like, "Hey, can you do the voice of Charlie Brown for? He really wants to hear." And I was like,
Can you?
Can you, Trenton?
Puberty
Yeah,
hit,
come
bro.
on.
What's like a Charlie Brown?
Give me your
line?
best shot.
Hold it. Ha! You'll pull that football away so I can land flat on my back and kill myself.
Yeah,
How long has it been since you tried?
dude, it's been years, bro. That's like a 5-year expiration date.
That's,
my God.
That's actually. So, how old are you when you were doing the Charlie Brown?
I was 10.
10?
And then before
wow,
that,
bro.
I was I was never actually like in an episode. That's the preface to this. But I was like, you remember Little Einsteins?
Mm-hmm.
I was the one with the red hair for like a hot second too.
Wait,
Oh, red hair.
So you recorded the voice, but they never put you in.
They never put me in a thing. I was a toy. I was a couple.
Is
toys,
it
but-
the take you to my ship through
No,
the
it's,
sky?
Einsteins. Yeah, that's
That's
right.
them.
You
The,
said you
the
were,
trap remix, yeah.
that's the best one.
That's actually funny.
You said you were in a couple toys.
Yeah, no. So I was like the little like action figure, and then like you'd like play the rocket ship, and they'd have the voices, and then I was the voices.
I didn't even know that.
That's so
sick.
cool.
That's crazy.
So
Yeah.
somewhere in a Goodwill, you are.
Shout out Goodwill. You can
Oh yeah,
find that.
Toys R Us is chalk.
Now we gotta go hunting.
A little giveaway.
Where we can
That's-
find your voice. Just
Yeah, if you look online, "Happiness is a Warm Blanket," Charlie Brown. That's my.
And
Charlie
you
Brown
will
movie.
like, let's say we get the toy and we play it. You'll be like, oh yeah, that's me.
That's yeah.
That's
It's like a little
dope.
8-year-old me.
I'm going
So-
on a mission.
And dude,
gnarly.
if
I
you
love
like
that.
Google,
Believe we gotta find that.
If you Google search my name, you just get like yearbook photos essentially of like me growing up, dude. And there's like there's this one
Oh my
picture
God.
that exists online. It's like one of like the first ones that comes up too. It's like my favorite picture. It's pretty much me in like on a red carpet, and I'm like looking so awkward. But the best part is like I'm wearing these Crocs with jeans and no socks on.
Oh, you're stylish.
Oh,
You're
dude.
stylish.
Oh my God, dude. It is
Oh,
like
man.
I was the funniest picture I've
Nah,
ever
that's
seen.
on drip,
What type
bro.
of Crocs?
That's crazy.
Oh, dude, they were like the blue Crocs. They didn't even have any like the little pegs in them. I
Little
wasn't
tiny-
even like creative with it.
Oh, no pay.
They're just little. They're just dumb Crocs. But
I think Kelsey actually found it already.
did you find it? Did you find
Can we
it?
put it up? Can we put it up? Oh my God! Let's pass that around real quick.
No way. Yo.
Yo,
That's the Charlie Brown kid.
yo,
That's him.
guys, the image is right here.
It's
Yo.
too goofy. It's
Is this the first time you showed him?
yeah, I'm pretty sure. Look at that.
That's legendary.
I just wanna point out his hand placement. He's just like
Off the side.
That's funny, bro. That's
oh my
funny.
gosh.
But yeah, other than the voice acting stuff I did,
This guy Johnson.
You didn't want to be there, huh?
I'm gonna put that as contact photo now.
Hold on, let me see the Crocs.
Honestly.
dude, no, the Crocs are the best part. I'm telling you, you can like see my little like big toe.
Dang, poking out. That's actually funny, bro.
Dogs out.
Hey, who's your stylist, bro?
My mom. Shout out, mom.
Shout out Trenton's
That's
mom, bro.
hilarious.
Oh, dude. But yeah, no. The honestly, like my favorite of the stuff that I did, like sincerely speaking, was I did Sons of Anarchy, and like
Oh shit.
yeah, I was the son of Henry Rollins, who's the lead
Black
singer.
Flag,
Yeah,
right?
right, yeah.
Yeah, my brother's a huge fan of the show.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I
Oh
love
no
the show,
way!
too.
Really?
Yeah,
Sons
yeah.
of
He
Anarchy
fucking
used
he
to be
knows
my
that show
favorite.
like line
Hey.
by line.
Hey, now you can go back and tell him I met
You
the
can
son
flex.
of.
No.
Charlie Brown kid.
Oh shit.
That's actually crazy. And is that all you've been? Or
Oh, dude. I mean,
because when we first met, you looked very familiar. I was like, dude, I
Really?
met you before or
That-
seen you somewhere.
yeah, I was like,
No,
I
makes
definitely had like bangs and shit. But yeah, no, I've been in some stuff here and there. I like commercials and the last like big thing I did was Henry Danger, which was like a Nickelodeon show.
Brother, no, like
How am I?
You said it so nonchalantly, like Henry Danger.
A little show around there.
Nah,
I've
Henry
heard of Henry
Danger,
Danger.
bro. That
You
was
motherfucker.
I used to watch that show like
Me too.
religiously.
It was
Henry
the
Danger.
it was the episode with it was about like a space rock. And I was some dude that was like into buckets.
Yo.
Dan Schneider, weird as fuck, bro. I swear.
Wait, I
He
know
didn't
that
ask for
one.
your
I
feet?
saw that one. That was you.
Yeah, that was me, dog. Yeah.
How do you not know?
How do you not know? You guys don't talk about it at all?
I just don't talk about it.
This
It's
is my
like,
talk
first
about your
time.
I didn't know.
not
I didn't know
really.
half the stuff.
I-
That it said.
yeah, no,
That's
I,
crazy.
Is your name really Trenton?
Is it?
Is it not like this in a way, but is this like a life you're kind of putting behind you now?
yeah, I would say so. I definitely like, you know, for what it is, like I'm so appreciative, and like I think it's taught me a lot about like, you know, just like being artistic in the way that like you want to be artistic, like
I love it, man.
I was doing things by like a lot of other people's rules, like
Yeah.
for a really long time, and then now, like I get to write the lyrics that I want to write because like I want to write them,
I
like
love
not
it.
because like I'm like supposed to go to this audition at this time and you go to set at this time or whatever. Yeah.
Well, listen, Trent. Sweet Action is trying to be around the film world. So your ass is coming out of retirement. And
But, hey, best believe we have a part ready for you.
No,
and
y'all made a good impression. I would absolutely like hop back on camera.
there y'all hear, bro.
Ooh.
And you know what's the cool thing about that? because I know damn well my boy Cheyenne, he's gonna be doing some composing for us. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I know you have a big
Work your
background.
magic.
Yeah.
Actually, again mentioning that internship I had.
Yeah.
He was a really cool composer, and like I originally actually wanted to get into audio engineering, and when I met him and I realized, oh no, this guy isn't an audio engineer. He's more of a like songwriter, producer dude. I just kind of realized, okay, this is actually something I really want to do. I remembered he showed me one of his works, one of the things that he worked on. It was very creepy, very eerie, and I fell in love, and I was so inspired. And so I guess that's kind of my thing now. I like to do creepy, eerie soundtracks, and it bleeds into the band as well.
They're very good. Too. They're very good. Yeah, I like them a lot.
But yeah, I do soundtracks too. I've worked on a couple short films now.
Yeah.
I'm currently on 2 right now. One has been filmed already. It's in post, and we have another one that is yet to be filmed by my good friend Cabden Robinson. He's very, very talented. He already has a short film out called "You Killed My Bird," and it's very you know that TV show on Netflix, The End of the Fucking World?
Yeah.
I've heard about it. Yeah.
It's very like heavily inspired by that. Like you can sense that vibe.
Okay.
Really cool short film. So I'm gonna be doing a cool horror thing with him. So I'm excited for that.
That's actually very cool, man.
Yeah. It's just a little, I guess, it's my side thing, and I have a lot of fun with it. It's a great chance.
I wanted to talk about this just slightly, but I think it's just crazy how all this just came down. Because that's somewhat of the conversation we had when me and Cheyenne met. You know, we both just...
How did we meet, Carlos?
How did you guys?
How did we meet?
Rather, we were working. I was working. And then I was, Target.
What?
But I'm working at Target. And then
What happened there?
No shout out.
It's back in my past life. We're putting that away. But I real quick, bro. I just want to say it'd been. I was working there, and then Cheyenne just comes up to me, and I think it's this new guy, bro. I'm like, yo, you new around here? He's like, kinda. And I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, well, I'm actually from the other Target, in this location, because like a flood or some shit happened, right?
Yeah,
caved in, right?
Yeah, it was in the Alhambra location.
The Alhambra location.
So
crazy,
basically, what happened was there was a rainstorm one night, like in the middle of the night, and bunch of water started piling up on the roof because I guess they didn't clean out the gutters, and it just kept on piling, and crashed down. It was all over the internet. There was like videos there's like videos of the like just flooding. It looks like a fucking apocalypse, man. It looks like The Walking Dead, like mixed with Waterworld or some shit
That's your
like
time
that.
to loot, baby.
Yeah.
That's when we should have gone to film. But yeah, bro, he comes up to me, and then I'm like, oh, cool. We just started chatting up, like, oh, cool. Like this is how we roll things here, because you could tell it's like a different vibe. Yeah. But overall, I remember like 2 days later, he comes up to me. He's like, bro, you do a podcast? And I'm like, oh, shit, yeah. Like, yeah, I have a little podcast on the side. Like, yeah. He's like, bro, I like...
A little podcast?
No.
All right, that's when we were fresh. We in the big boys now. We in the big boys now. Now, fuck yeah, Suit Action up next.
We got a couple
and I ain't even lying. Mark that shit down. But he comes up to me, and he's like, bro, you do a podcast? I'm like, yeah, I know, it's cool, blah, blah. And he's like, it was cool, because we didn't follow each other on Instagram. We didn't do anything. Yeah. And it popped out for him. Yeah. And we just started chatting about it. And he's like, bro, like, the production's cool. I'm into, like, music. I'm in a band. I compose. And, because we're talking about all that film shit. But overall, man, literally just thank God it fucking flooded.
Yeah, seriously.
Think about it.
Everything happens for a reason,
If
brother.
it didn't have flood, I don't think you move there. Yeah. I don't fucking shop at that one. And it's like...
I fucking remember that night, too. Me and Kelsey were driving, and water started to get in my car, dog. I had to fucking pull over at work and fucking park in the... Fuck that.
But I wanted to just talk about that, just a little glimpse real quick before we went to our next topic, because we're on Instagram.
Yeah. Pick you up?
Yeah. Trey picked me up.
But thank God it flooded. Shout out Target. And just shout out that little topic. Look where it leads.
Shout out Target, but
literally look
not in that way.
Lead up and
fuck
down.
them still, but
But on that Instagram topic, we actually had we had some of your supporters reach out, and they gave us a couple. You know, there was a good amount of interesting questions, some good ones. Some of them got kind of answers, so you know, whatever. But like overall, thank you to everyone that
Seriously, thank you.
went on to like
Super
We love you
means a
guys.
lot.
interact,
Thank you.
and
Yeah.
we looked through some, and we picked like some of the like best ones in a way that I could really like lead more into.
Yeah.
And the first one, real quick, and I actually like this one because I know you guys kind of hinted it. It was what made you decide on your band name, and were there any names before the Antics?
So many, bro.
So wild.
We gotta hear it. We gotta hear them. So
That was the process, man.
So many. Man.
The punk monks.
Yeah.
The punk monks.
yo, give it up for the punk monks.
I've
I
suggested
fucking hate
that
that
name
one.
to every band I've been in, and they've all said no.
Yo, we'll
Keep
start
on trying.
we'll
Keep on
start a
trying.
band right now, and we'll call it that.
Bet. Let's
The
run
Sweet.
That shit.
No,
Be the
I'm
triangle.
Yeah,
player? You gonna play triangle?
Yeah.
yeah.
Ah, you heard my vocals?
Nah, dude, you
That shit
kill
was
it.
gas.
Every
More
time.
cowbell, baby.
Yeah.
So it was. He said it was what, the hot, or what was it, the punk monks? What, is there any other ones?
So the one that I jumped into when I initially began, we were called Leopold at the time.
Yeah.
Before that. Before that.
Oh,
Before Trenton, we
Yeah,
were
yeah.
Blacklight
There was a lot of
District.
ones, Yeah.
Blacklight District. That
Yeah.
sounds pretty hard.
That's
Yeah, yeah. I was
That was my idea, actually.
Yeah, that was sick. I love that.
That was
And then
me
really,
too.
the
black-
like Bear
Shit,
Flag
hey,
Revolt.
Should we
Barefoot-
mute
that-
all of these so people don't steal that?
Yo.
Nah, just kidding.
Fuck that,
If
no.
we see a fucking punk monks out there,
Hey, we
come for
coming
you.
for you.
Come for you. Yeah.
Come on.
We got your
Hands-
back, bro. We'll come for you.
All this
And
shit
then-
is
and then we-
trademarked, you know.
Patented.
Yeah, and then we became Leopold.
So
Yeah.
Leopold, honestly, like Leopold is a good name, but
Yeah.
I remember just kind of being like, maybe there's a better name.
Like,
Like,
we
We went through the same
especially
process,
when we were in the
Yeah.
process of Suit Action.
what were before Sweet
Well,
Action?
originally we were the Boys
Yeah,
with a
The Boys.
Z.
Oh,
So
fire.
so cool, right? So cool, right?
So unique.
Super original and
Right here.
awesome.
Yeah, originally
That's
a couple. Then we took a long pause. We won't really get too heavy on that, but we used to actually have the podcast a lot, and we were the Boys, and
bro, those episodes were like
3 hours long, bro.
Oh,
They were longer than like Star Wars
Yo.
movies, bro. I promise.
Yo.
But
Oh.
it
can watch
really
The Hobbit
that's
and,
where
like,
the
all of them.
startup, and you know, we had a little break in between, and it came to the point where like, bro, we gotta do it. You know, and we want to do more because we want to be in the film production area all overall, like music, film, any type of like production with like brands on it. But the point was that we had, I think it was the Boys original. We had a couple. Fuck.
Well,
There's a
they're in your
notebook out there.
notebook. They're in your notebook somewhere.
You remember any, Trey?
Man, are we boring you? God damn. son.
My boy. Just,
my man's been up since like 9, and he's not a
that's not
not
that's
much of
not
an
normal
early
for him.
bird.
I'm
Yeah, I did
masking
that.
it
I
really
did
well,
that.
but I'm on.
Yeah, it's
I'm
fine.
exactly-
It's been a long day.
That's a good one. Thank you for asking. We're gonna have to.
Find
Y'all
the
should do
Put
like
in
a
there.
Q&A.
Get back to us, man.
Yeah, right? Q&A.
Yeah.
Because I'm still not a fan of Sweet Action.
Too late, bro. Too late.
I'm in too deep. I'm in too deep.
Hey, y'all want to be the new fourth?
Too late, bitch.
Yeah.
The punk monks.
And then also,
Low-key.
we gave you 2 weeks.
Oh, and so when we were coming up with the name, we came up with See Action.
Before we made the logo, we were like,
before-
yeah.
And he was bitching about it. He was like, I don't really like it. I don't really like it. So we're like, okay, we'll give you 2 weeks to come up with something
I
better.
love
Oh, that's
it.
fair. That's
And
fair.
if you don't come up with anything,
2 weeks
Action
went
it
by.
is.
Yo, John, you ready?
That's fair.
Sweet, actually, it is.
Homie didn't even
Brother,
try.
I can't.
Sweet
folded.
Action's
Yeah.
dope though.
You should have hit
Yeah.
it.
Thank you.
Highlights,
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
I appreciate it, guys.
You want to reveal where it came from?
It's a top secret. One day people will know. I appreciate the gas on that. Yeah, we hear it a lot. Like people think that Sweet Action's pretty
I
cool.
fuck with that.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah, that's
The
good.
logo's nice and simple and all that. But hey,
Logo's
this
important,
ain't about us. This is about my boys right here. The Antics.
Where did
Hey,
the
you know-
accent come from?
An accent came on?
We I remember so we were still Leopold for a hot second.
Yeah.
And I think we were just like hanging out one time.
Yeah.
And we had been trying to brainstorm names for like ever, and then
Yeah.
I think
Months.
one day I was just like The Antics is cool. And then he was like, yeah, The Antics is
Yeah,
cool.
that's pretty cool. Yeah.
And then I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
Once you hear Quinn say he agrees,
Yeah.
there you go.
Quinn's like the ultimate. like,
Yeah.
once you
And
pass
then-
Quinn approval, then
Were
it-
you
Yeah.
all weed
Yeah.
when you
Yeah.
decided?
Yo. Maybe.
You don't even remember.
The fact that I can't remember tells you enough.
I guess that proves it.
Yeah.
So talking about like deciding, who do you think out of you guys is like the most hard-headed, more like?
Hey,
We love
I'm
it, though.
gonna keep
kind
it
of a
real.
pain in the
on-
ass.
Every group
No, no,
needs
no.
a hard-headed person.
No, it's super important.
It
Like,
honest-
Or
it
like
makes-
break down your guys' characters.
He knows
and,
what
like,
he wants.
positions.
No, yeah, literally, it's super important to have in every dynamic.
I definitely like.
You want to talk? Yeah.
It's kind of as far as I'm concerned, like I write the lyrics. I'm kind of like the front man, spokesperson, sort of, I would say. But then as far as like big creative endeavors go, like it all is credit to this guy. Like yeah, definitely like
Crazy guitar.
all of the stuff that is like good about the band as far as like work ethic and progress being made, a lot of it
Yeah, no,
is
he holds
to
it down.
his credit. Yeah, definitely.
Dude, no, I mean,
I was gonna say there was one thing when I met you guys for the first time that you guys reminded me of one of my favorite rap groups.
Yeah.
They're called Flatbush Zombies.
Yo,
Oh,
shout
shit.
out
Flatbush,
Yo.
dude, come on.
Yeah.
Yo, wait. I
The
think I know
reason
them.
why is because you remind me of Juice. You remind me of Meech, and then that's for sure Eric. So, and I just off of that it was just one of the feelings that I had where it's like I know they're gonna be a good group.
Damn, I
That's
appreciate
awesome.
that. But
Wow.
yeah, but I mean, yeah.
You know, do you remember we were almost called the Sluts?
Yeah,
whoa,
yeah.
that's actually
Yeah.
hard.
It's
a great fucking name.
It's just, it's just like.
yeah.
Who
what,
thought about
like-
that?
Oh, let me tell you, man.
Oh,
Let me
yeah,
tell
yeah,
you. All right. So his name is Chris Sester. He's the drummer for Jet, actually.
Okay.
The
and-
ones you're friends with, right?
Yeah. I
Jet,
met him.
Jet, for those who don't know, is that
my
one
God.
really random song from the 2000s that's like
Random.
not random, sure, but random. 1, 2, 3, take my hand and come with me because you look so
Oh,
fine.
that's
I
it?
really want to make you mine.
And then
And then the one that's like,
AKA,
bitch, you know, get down the lips.
yeah.
Yeah.
AKA from Flushed Away also.
Either way, you definitely like played that song on Guitar Hero.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
man.
Definitely
Yeah.
that vibe. But anyway.
Yeah, met him through like just a mutual like connection, and we just hit it off. We talked, man, and he gave me a lot of advice. I got his Instagram. We were chatting it up, and one day I was telling him like, we're trying to think of a new band name, and we were talking, and keep in mind he's Australian. I love you, Chris, but. He's got this thick Australian accent. It's beautiful. Honestly, I wish I had an Australian accent too.
Australian accents are the best.
Oh, they really are.
They really are. They're the best.
It's like a spicier British accent.
I've always wanted to date a girl with an Australian
Oh my
accent.
gosh.
Right?
Yeah. So like he's like sending me voice messages and stuff in his in his Australian accent. And he just tells me, he goes, what would be a really great band name? I said, what? The Sluts.
I think that's hard.
And I
Yeah,
think about
yeah.
it for a second. I'm like, well, actually, yeah, that's a fantastic band name.
I-
And I was
yeah.
on board with it. And I ran it by the guys, and we were like, well, guys, what do you think about the Sluts? And what did you say?
I loved it. It's just it's hard to. Oh, thank you. I loved it. It's just really hard to market the
Yeah,
song.
yeah.
That's true. I
it
can
would
see
be
that.
You
really
have
hard.
So they
people
Quinn
like
said, nah,
the
he was
Sex
like the nope.
Pistols.
Yeah,
You know?
But
I-
these
it's-
days,
it's-
man,
yeah.
I feel like if the Sex Pistols wanted to do Sex Pistols in 2022,
It will go, yeah.
I don't know.
The-
I don't know.
the
It's,
they,
I don't
them
know.
pistols,
That's
I
a
don't
hard.
know.
That's a
They,
hard.
them
It's
Yeah,
the 2022.
yeah.
well, it's the music that really makes it.
Yeah.
Like I remember he and I were talking, and he was like, "Yeah, like think about this, like the Beatles. that's such a stupid fucking band name. Like, if you think about it, like,
It's misspelled
forget,
Really?
forget all their music. Just look at the name,
Yeah.
Beatles.
Beatles.
That's
if I
it.
saw that, I wouldn't listen to them.
Exactly.
And then you have another band, the Eagles. I was like,
Oh, the
Yeah.
Beatles,
Yeah, dude.
Nah.
Yeah, it's the
Kind of a
music.
boring name.
That's what really, really matters. It's the
I
music.
feel you.
so
So
punk monks.
Punk monks. I think they serious. Punk monks.
That's on them. They mean business.
Yeah, punk.
Nah. I like that a lot.
But we
And
got our seal of approval from Chris for the
Chris,
antics. We
for the
told him, we
antics.
ran it by him. We said, hey, well, what do you think about the antics? He was like, yeah,
That sounds hard.
do it, mate.
He also
I fucked with that.
he also said Cheyenne and the butt plugs, right?
Yeah,
Cheyenne.
yeah, he did say that one. Yeah, that was- yeah.
Very, very, very.
That's the group chat name.
That is I like
Uh,
that name.
Yeah.
Very interesting, creative, and really good names in my opinion. And I like the antics. I think everything at the
Thank
end of the day works out, just like it should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So definitely like that. And I think we could probably move on to the next question right here.
Mm.
And if you want to read it out, Trey, let's see what we got.
What were some special moments that made you go like, "What's that?" and want to play music?
Mm.
Yeah, like what moment made you say, "I want to play music"?
Oh, that's a good question.
Mm.
You want to start?
Quinn, you should
Oh,
go.
shit. Okay.
Yeah.
I would say, honestly, I would say like listening to "Pepper" by the Butthole Surfers, which is like a classic punk song, like kind of old, like, but like hearing the crazy ass reverb and like the drums just distorted as fuck. It was hard. It was like I was into it. I was fucking with it.
What was their name you said?
The Butthole Surfers.
Yeah.
Bro, have you never heard of the Butthole Surfers?
Come on, man.
Dude, you gotta check them out.
That's another crazy band name that, like,
Yeah.
you know,
That sounds so cool.
And they got really famous. Yeah, it's
I've-
crazy.
sounds like an insult element, like you would say to like another 10-year-old.
Yeah.
You're a Butthole Surfer.
I love the Butthole Surfers.
I like that name actually.
But yeah, no, that's what made me kind of like, it dove me into drums, because the drums were like crazy shit on that, and it made me want to go into it.
Nah,
Yeah.
yeah. What about you, Trent?
So I can think of like two pretty specific moments when I was like, oh yeah, music is definitely like at least like what I really. Anyway, when I was like in middle school, I had a band called Chaotic Justice, and I remember like writing our first song in that and being like, oh wow, like that feeling of like writing a song that you actually like.
Yeah.
That shit hits way different. And especially like when you're 14 and like everything like kind of like I was like always like the dude who was like, man, everything fucking sucks. But then like of course like you write your first song and you're like, oh, that was cool, that felt really great. But then the first time I feel like I ever actually like heard music and was like, oh
fuck.
whoa, I was like really high for like the first time when I was like 15. And I was in the grocery store. And was listening to "Let It Happen" by Tame Impala.
Oh.
Yeah.
I love that fucking song.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
And it was that part that's like the
Yeah.
and just like how crazy the production was. I didn't even know what to call any of it at the time, but like just all of the different sounds I was hearing, I was like, this shit is
This is
great.
different.
This shit is insane.
And of course, like I'm 15 and stoned, like
Oh,
like
wow.
like red-eyed Jedi, like completely, and was just like, this is. It was just one of those moments, the core memory, the Inside Out.
Fuck
Like,
yeah, bro.
Core memories.
What about you, Shannon? What
Oh,
was
man.
that for you?
I have two big ones, honestly. The first one, this goes back to my middle school days with Guns N' Roses and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I remembered I was watching for the first time the music video to Paradise City, and if you haven't seen that music video, it's kind of like a live performance, like they're playing a live show, but they recorded it and then they put the music over it. And I don't know what it is, man, but something about that song is just so nostalgic. I don't know. It's just some victorious, like almost orgasmic feeling. Like I don't know how to explain it, but just that intro, arpeggiated chord that he plays with the chorus effect. It's like, I don't know what it is, but I just saw that energy and Axl Rose getting the what is it, the whistle. He blows in the whistle and throws it into the crowd. And I was just mesmerized by that. And after that, I was like, it kind of lingered in my head, like music is kind of awesome.
Oh, yeah.
The second instance, which is most recent, honestly, before this, Rosie's Pad, which was actually our first show as a band together. And fun fact, that music video, the music video for Hot Lava, which is on YouTube for you to watch, that was our first ever show together as a band. And, going into it, obviously I was like, I want to do music. But what really reinstated that, what really like set that in stone, was when we got up on stage, we're all like jittery and nervous and like, and we see people are curious. They're looking at us. They're like, who are these guys? We plug in, we start playing, we play Hot Lava, and I start to look into the crowd and I see people are headbanging and dancing and moshing and running around and having the time of their lives. And I looked at that and I was like, whoa, like, that's just, it felt good to see people having fun, we were
something that you're making.
We were creating an environment for that. And that was beautiful. And I want to keep on doing that. I want to keep on doing that, man.
For real.
At the last show that we just played, we played the song that like closed out our whole thing.
Yeah.
This like couple just started like dancing like right in front of us, and then
so
like right off of that, like I would totally agree. Like
Heart melted.
Yeah, for real.
They were square dancing. They were like hugging each other, and it was
running
adorable.
in circles super fast.
It's amazing, man.
Yeah. And honestly, I forgot to mention this before, but another moment for me was creating a mosh pit, like not being like, in there, but like, like doing like starting your set and playing the song that's so hard that like 40 people just start moshing in a circle, and I was like, holy shit, I have like the power. This shit.
Motherfucker felt like Thanos or something, bro.
It was like an overwhelming feeling, and I was like, I want to do this till I die. Deadass. Yeah.
I love that. And those are all very, very great moments. Like, I really want to experience one in person. I can't wait. And talking about how like that it makes you want to continue, obviously fall in love with music. I think that leads to the last question, and I think it's a very important question. But someone had asked us, or asked in general, was any word on an album?
Oh,
We've been talking about it.
Yeah.
Because I know you guys just released an EP, right? But
it's very much heavy in development. But yes, to answer whoever asked that, yes, there is an album. It's gonna be crazy.
Oh, I bet
it's gonna be. It's gonna
go
nuts,
bro.
Yeah, I can't wait for it.
A lot of kind of what I was talking about earlier with like story-driven stuff. Like we're kind of keeping that as like a focus, and
I like that.
so we're gonna make sure. Yeah, the next thing is gonna be. Like the EP was definitely like us very much finding our footing. We're probably gonna release like a couple more little things.
Singles.
Definitely.
Yeah.
By the end of this year, for sure.
I love it.
But definitely by the end of this year, we'll have a couple more songs out. But as far as the album is concerned, we've already started putting a lot of thought into that, and there's really good.
It's gonna be very dynamic. It's gonna be awesome.
You lost your train of thought?
A little bit, but it was more of after the shows.
Yeah.
Did people come up to you? And
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah. It's the
great.
best.
Yeah.
I never know like how to respond to that.
It's
I
so
always get really
hard.
awkward because
Yeah.
I don't want to I don't want to like be like all ego weird like but it is like anytime that someone comes up to me after like anything, that shit is like so sweet.
I could tell you guys are like
Love it.
genuine people that love what you do and love the people that support it.
Honestly, like after shows, I'm too fucking tired to like make words to say thank you.
I bet.
I definitely. It's like one of the best parts about playing shows.
So
like,
I would say, aside from that, is there anything you could tease or mention about that album to anyone? Like, is
Name,
aside from
cover,
like obviously the stories on
story.
its
I
way,
can
at least
tell
like
you-
a date, a time.
I can tell you this. It's gonna be a roller coaster. It's I'm not gonna get into the details of it,
Okay.
but it's a very personal thing. I mean, it kind of relates to all of us.
Wow.
But it was something that I was going through, and it was heavy. It was sucky. I mean, kinda euphemism here. But it related to the three of us, and including Jake too.
Yeah.
And we wanted to express those feelings into that music, and just to add, another things that I wanted to mention that really, like, what makes me really love this is all of us. I mean, I can tell you at least most of the people in this world, excluding serial killers and narcissists, maybe. I'm not an expert, but we all go through heavy shit. We all have our serious problems. We all have, things that we go through. And what I can say, at least for myself, is music has helped me to, find peace with it. It's helped me, to kind of vent and put that, that angst, that anger, that sadness into something positive, into something that maybe that can at least bring some joy or bring some sort of
Light to the
some
dark.
sort of light to the dark for other people as well.
I love that.
There's something to be said a lot about, like, even if you aren't like a musician, right? Like I can tell you, at least, like, I'm sure each of the four of you like has a favorite album from like your past where it like affected you like so deeply. That's what it was for me, and that's what I want to like with the next thing and everything we do after. I want that to be like at the fucking core of it, is like how much music has affected my life and how much I want to like just share that with other people.
It seems like the album's the truest form of ourselves, kind of.
Yeah.
That's the best.
Like
way to
revealing
put it.
yourselves to like the people.
Yeah,
Honestly,
it's very much a blending of all of our likes and dislikes and styles. Like, it's very very different than
It's gonna be
our
intimate.
EP. Yeah,
That's
I
for
love
sure.
it.
It's gonna be personal. It's gonna be intimate. It's gonna be raw.
But it's gonna be fucking loud.
Yeah.
Shit, dude. It's gonna be loud.
That's the best way to put it right here, guys. And I just want to say thank you guys.
Thank you.
Bro,
for having
Thank
us.
you,
honor,
dude.
bro.
I
Thank you
think,
guys. This has been so fucking fun, and
Dude.
everything leading up to this has just been awesome.
it was the best.
guys, that album is gonna come, and it's gonna do wonders. That's all
Stay
I can
tuned.
say.
Stay
yeah.
tuned.
But I think after this nice little long episode, which I appreciate it, I think it was needed. I think it's time we wrap it up, John.
You sure?
You guys sure?
Yeah,
You
no,
sure?
I again, you guys, I'm so grateful for y'all, and I know that these guys are too, and
Fuck no, just kidding.
we're
Fuck you. No.
anytime y'all want to like link up, smoke up, whatever.
Yeah,
I
for
mean, where you always have friends in Pasadena too. That fucking this has been really, really fun.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck yeah, bro. Well, thank you guys, bro.
Is there any shout outs,
Any
plugs
shout-outs,
before
anything we wrap it up?
Shout out at the Rosie's Pad on
yeah.
Instagram. Literally swoop any of their shows. They've got like a couple more this month. Shout out Sycophilanta, this other local band that we love.
Jake Wilder,
Jake Wilder,
Roy
our
G and the
parents.
Biz, bro.
Roger and the Biv,
Tracy Meisner,
Oh
who
my
is
gosh,
allowing
yeah.
us to like
Mother.
exist in this space right now, and
Bless her.
has
Beautiful soul.
let us practice here forever.
Thank you for letting us shoot this podcast here too. We appreciate it.
And
Yo, thank you.
shameless
Thank
plug,
for coming.
you can follow us on Instagram, The Antics Band.
The Antics
Check us
Band.
out.
Like I
Links in the description.
Everything will be in that description. Make sure you
Damn
guys go
right.
check them out. Give them a follow. Follow each and every single one of them. Guys, these guys are up next, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart.
And there's definitely going to be a part 2 to this.
Definitely
yeah.
got to.
Yeah.
Definitely
Run that
a
shit.
music video. You know, who knows? We got to work
the works.
something out, bro.
Shit.
And we're bringing Trent out of retirement
Yeah,
and
he's
acting.
coming out of retirement.
Oh.
But take it away, John.
Pretty much you cleared up everything I wanted to say, but oh my god, that fucking performance being in here my ears fucking almost bleeding.
Bleeding of good though. Good.
Yeah, really good. It's fucking insane, like how like seeing it live, and it's like, damn, this shit's crazy. But again, we're excited to see more of what they have in store for us. We also definitely a lot more projects that we definitely should be working on. But I'll let Trey top it off for us.
All right, guys. Thank you for staying tuned, and we love you guys. And we're right now at what?
22nd?
No,
or
no,
23rd?
no. Our 23rd episode, but we're at 420.
430.
Wow.
Wow.
We're at the 400 friends.
Yeah, 400
Hell
friends, and our goal is to get to 500 right now.
And then after that, 600. And after that, 700.
Subscribe and like, please.
Yeah, please. Thank you. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe,
Smash
hit the
that like
voice
button.
notification.
Smash it.
Share with everybody, your loved ones, your grandmas. It don't matter.
Favorite musicians.
Yeah, all that. And we'll catch you guys in the next one. Oh, and don't forget, everything is down in the description.
Go.
You were gonna say that, huh?
No, I was gonna say, please. No, finish it.
Bro, you're making him nervous, bro.
Every time I do my outro, you have something to say after. That's
That is true.
I have something to say. What the fuck is that you're wearing? What are those? That's beautiful. I love
I was about to say,
I was about to say, call him out, bro.
it. I almost got you the
heavy
first
insult.
time.
brother, I'm pulling up to your concert.
I'll do that shit, bro.
I'll match you on the Hawaiian.
I love you for
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
We'll close it out, Trey.
All right, you guys have a good one, and make sure to check out their guys' music. And we love you guys. Stay frosty. Love you guys.
Peace. Woo. Whoa.
The punk mugs.
Hey, but for real, who has the biggest dick, though?
Dude.
I'm gonna say Jake Wilder has the
Wilder for nothing.